Well, hello, and guess what? We are going to be talking about being a gimpy gal. What on earth is a gimpy gal? Well, all I know is being gimpy or limpy, it's perfect. What on earth is a gimpy gal? Well, I believe it's a person who knows the best way to live is to have God as my portion in everything about their life. And that leads to contentment. I think we could all use a little bit more contentment in our lives. I want to explain a little bit about the acronym GIMP, GIMP, and what it means to be a gimpy gal. First of all, G, of course, stands for God. He is good and he wants the best for us always because we're his. I, pardon me, I stands for is. He is, was, and always will be. And I love that he is so stable in our lives that we can count on him. The M stands for my, personal. This is very personal adventure that you go on when you become a gimpy gal. You are personally committed to your father to come to him with all of your stuff, and he is personally committed to you. I feel like that is a perfect way to be bonded with the Father. The last letter P is portion, and portion means just right every day, every time, in every way. And so we don't have to wonder if there's more, if we should have something else, whatever it is. If we're content to be a gimpy gal and let God be our portion in all things, then it will be exactly enough. I found that gimpy gals trust God in everything, and they seek him about everything they do. One of the best scriptures I found while studying for this was Proverbs 3:6, and I'm going to read it to you out of this old translation that I have, the Living Bible translation, because I love what it says. It says, "In everything you do, put God first, and he will direct you and crown your efforts with success." Well, I don't know about you, but first of all, I love crowns. And second of all, I love it if my efforts are successful. So I want my effort to matter as long as I'm living on this planet. I'm still serving him while I'm living here. So I want everything I do to be, to matter and to have purpose in fulfilling all that he has for me. Being a gimpy gal and trusting God in everything is the best way to secure healthy boundaries in your life. Time, relationships, your stuff, your activities. When he is our portion, we maintain healthy boundaries in all things. And what constitutes a portion? Well, Jeremiah 29:13 and Isaiah 26:3 summarized kind of say that we need to ask and seek him with all of our heart, and we need to keep our mind stayed on him. So how much is a portion? All of our heart and keeping our mind stayed on him. So I love that. How much do you want of him? Do you ever think about that? Like, do you want all of him or some of him or just a tiny bit of him? Well, I want all of him, and I want him to direct all my ways. So if you don't want all of him, don't ask. But if you want more, ask him. He has been faithful to you before, and he will continue to provide whatever you need. If you want all of him, his grace, his provision, his care, they're ours simply when we live gimpy. I know this too. Gimpy gals are focused. We don't just let things happen the way they might. We know we know what we want, and we know who supplies that. We're also at peace. We're intentional, and we don't live life up to chance and chaos. Haven't we both had, all of us have had enough chaos and chance in our lives the past few years? We want it to be intentional and at peace. So the third thing is that gimpy gals are content. We're happy with our portion because he is really all we want and all we're seeking. Gimpy gals are also trusting. They remember They think about the ways that he's helped them before, and they believe that he will do it again. The last thing Gimpy Gals are is thankful. They recognize their blessings and they share them with others. We're not meant to keep these stories to ourselves. Sometimes our portion is small because we forget to ask and we settle for small. Ask your good Father for abundance. He's just going to provide whatever he knows you need. And when you are seeking him, I guarantee you it will be the perfect portion. You know, broken vessels can't really hold much. They can't be truly filled. If you're tired of being weary and worn out, broken, frustrated by the world, choose him and his portion for you. Psalm 73:6 says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever." A byproduct of this type of living is that Gimpy Gals have joy. I love to have joy, and I hope and pray that I live out a joyful life in honor of my Father, who has been so blessedly faithful to give me all that I need. He is enough, and his portion is more than adequate. It is abundant, overflowing. Let's be Gimpy Gals and choose to let God be our portion in all things. Won't you be a Gimpy Gal with me?